everybody, welcome back to another episode of UHS Presents, and I'm your host, Sarah, and here, as per the usual, is Lori. Hi, Lori.
Hey, I'm trying not to wave because my hands aren't painted, and it probably looks pretty stupid. I just didn't want to get red paint all over everything.
It's fine. It's what's that? The discoloration. I have it and I'm getting it in my hands, and vitiligo. Yeah, that it's like tiefling vitiligo, right?
That could be a thing, right?
Hands. Yeah, we can just go with that. Yeah, I have that. It's my grandmother has it like very strongly, and I started to notice it start coming in on my hands, like on my wrists and stuff, and I was like, whoa, what's that? Should I go to the doctor for this? And then my mom was like, no, stupid, that runs in the family. You don't have to go to the doctor for that.
Huh.
So
that's cool.
So I learned that. Anywho's, we are here, obviously, because we are launching a very, very cool book today. You guys might have seen something on our social media about it, maybe.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, you know, the way that the algorithm works these days, you can never be sure, but it's the Sundering. I don't know hardly anything about D&D, but I am learning so much with this book, with like the production and just listening to everybody. It's awesome. And it kind of makes me want to learn how to play D&D a little bit more. I've played a grand total of one time, and everybody hated me because I didn't know what I was doing, and I never got to play again. So now I want to, like, somebody start a beginner-friendly group for me.
I feel like this will be a good opportunity for it.
Yeah. I mean, we have to. Maybe we could make that a reward thing. Like you get to play D&D on, like, we'll have to do a stream thing or a video thing, but we could like have one of the reward tiers be play D&D with the Sundering crew, right? We could do that.
Yeah, we have that, but we should add one that's a game with Sarah.
I don't see many pledges to that level. So, Katie's here, and she said, "Hey guys, love the costumes." Thank you.
Thank you.
We should have got Katie in here with she's got the Renaissance gear. Like, I bet she could have put us both to shame.
Well, she still has a minute. Yeah. Go get ready, Katie.
Yeah,
come on the stream.
Katie, go get ready.
Katie's doing art on this book. She can come on the stream.
Hell yeah. So, well, speaking of people who are doing stuff for the book, we should probably bring on, like, the most important person who's doing stuff on the book, huh? That would,
probably.
Maybe. I mean, eventually, right? So, anyway, you guys know who I'm talking about, right? We're talking about Hannibal Tabu. So let's say hi to Hannibal. Hey, Hannibal.
Hey, roll for initiative. Okay. So
yes.
The monster attacks. Hello.
We're jumping right in.
Why not? That's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, your character. We'll get to that all in a minute. Let's make with the biff and the pow.
Exactly.
Thank you for having me, though.
I've got like perfect side quest light now.
There you go.
I really am a side quest. And it's gonna be gone in a few minutes, so what are we gonna do?
Well, what would Sarah's quest be?
My brain keeps changing that to side piece for a different reason. But anyway, so
you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and change that now.
No, never. Show some more respect for yourself, Sarah. Come on now, just show some more respect for yourself. But no, her side quest would be that she'd probably be one of the encounters that I wasn't able to fit in the book, which is this old wizard died and he left a kind of a shed out back full of magical stuff, and the party has to clear it out, and all kind of shenanigans ensue.
Ooh.
Oh, that seems like something I would. I mean, it sounds like my house, just crammed to the gills with junk.
Yeah, I cribbed that one from. There's a great kid online from this D&D person called Redworm. He just gives out story hooks. I'm like, I'll use that, thank you. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah, that was a fun one. I ran that one with my test group, and they only almost died twice.
It's gotta be exciting. It can't be too easy.
So, Yeah, so we got about 15 minutes before we launch here. 16 minutes. I haven't figured out how to add the counter in, but why don't we talk a little bit because I am curious about how did you conceive this book? I know some of it, so let's hear a little bit about like how you came up with this and why you wanted to do it, and that should get us through our 15 minutes, right?
Fair enough. All right. This book came from my kind of general love of fantasy and D&D. For many years, one of my best friends in college, and I will give him a shout out, Paul Echeverry, introduced me to something called MUDs, which are multi-user dimensions. They're text-based Dungeons and Dragons games that you play through Telnet. And that sentence is possibly the nerdiest thing I've ever said, but it's true. So he got me in there, and I got in this game where you could multiplayer. You could play 4 characters at a time. And I got so good at doing it that people who would play with me thought that there were actually 4 different people playing, because the cleric was super friendly, and the tank was super cranky all the time, and the hitter he'll only talk when absolutely necessary, and then there was this super weird and kind of Phoebe-ish from Friends bard that was with the group, and it was just like us. And I would play. They would argue constantly with each other, and sometimes in combat they'd be arguing, and people would be like, this has to be 4 people. I'm like, nope, just me.
That's amazing.
Outstanding.
So I got to a higher level of the game where I was able to be a god in the game, and I was like, I want to make an area, I want to make this area, I want to make this area. They want to like slow down that hoss. People have to code that stuff. It's not just you can just write it up. I'm like, but I should, and I'm like, but I should. So I had a whole bunch of those areas that I wrote up for this game that never got implemented. A Babylonian afterlife area called the City of Dust, a very twisted take on the Smurf village called the Clefts, all kind of weird stuff that I put in, and I just had it sitting around on a hard drive. So it all started to form together as this kind of fantasy world, as I saw my friend Sebastian Jones doing Stranger Comics, and as I saw the resurgence of things like Critical Role and that. I was like, okay, maybe I could get back into this after not actually DMing for more than a decade. I started writing. I put it all together in a very thorough way. One of the things that was important to me was to work out a lot of the ways things work. So, for example, the streets are clean because some mages who are not very good at what they do just walk around casting prestidigitation all day because it's a cantrip and they can do that, and that's how they clean up the streets. And that's how they make a little extra money to be able to get by. I had to figure out the mechanics of an adventurer economy where, the average person makes 6 gold a year, but adventurers make drastically more than that because they're almost dying all the time. And working all that out in the political system and the way this was going to work led to the world of the Sundering, which then Damien, who had been looking for a long, long time to get in on something, Damien Poitier, my very good friend and partner, we started talking about the ideas and what needed to happen. He had a killer subclass that was called the Battle Magi I was like, this is fantastic. We worked this out. It's a very different spin from an Eldritch Knight, which I love. So yeah, I mean, we started to put all the pieces together, and now with the amazing help of you amazing people from Unlikely Heroes, who I was like, now who can I trust to work with for this? I need somebody who knows what they're doing. And you guys over there like, and here's another successful Kickstarter. Ha suckers. So
yes,
it all came together like a Reese's peanut butter cup, and now here we are. Was I supposed to talk for 10 more minutes? I don't know if I was supposed to talk for 10 more minutes.
You can talk for as long as you want. This is the Hannibal show today.
We're all in quite a bit of danger. So yeah, that's how the Sundering started.
That's actually, I did not actually hear, because I thought because what was it, like a year ago or something? I can't believe I went and looking, and it's been almost a year since you've been on our show, which is wild. I thought you'd been on more recently than that.
It's been a while, a year.
And perhaps you did, and we got, and because I have gotten a little bit lax with the making sure to write things down part of like I put the title, like we'll put the title and of the show, or like what we're doing in each show, and then I usually say, oh, and so is coming, and then I just stopped writing that because it's like we've been having this string of the same people coming for every show, so I kind of got off of writing them, and then I'm pretty sure though that you haven't been on since like last September.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember stuff that happened today, so I don't know if I'd be the best judge of that either. But I mean, it's possible. Oh, hello.
I was gonna guess September.
Yeah, it was because you had a thing come out. I can't remember what it was, but it was a Native American, like a Western thing.
Oh yeah.
Comic, yeah.
I was talking about War Medicine. Yeah, War Medicine.
War Medicine. That's it.
Yeah.
War Medicine came out in May, though. War Medicine came out this May. It's from Wonderman Comics, a great supernatural Western, 3 issues. All of it's available right now. But I don't know. That was I don't remember. I remember doing the stream. No, he just funded himself. He just had his own stuff. He just shipped it out.
Well,
he's a Belgian.
Well,
he's
whatever.
like, I'm just shipping out. It's my own comic. So,
well, we talked about something. So, I mean, we talked about. I know we talked about that as well, but maybe that wasn't like the primary reason that you came on the show. But
maybe not.
At any rate, it did not seem like it was that long. So,
we're in a panorama, so time flows very differently. So,
yeah. I have no idea. But that's when we first talked about the Sundering. You kind of brought it up. And you were like, I might have a thing.
Oh yeah, that was when we started this. Yeah. I remember.
Uh-huh.
Gosh, that was a year ago. Wow. Time flies when you're completely insane.
Right?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like, maybe that's the problem. Like, is it just because I'm old now? Like, it seems like the time isn't passing as slowly as it used to. Is that an old people thing?
Maybe.
Because I'm not old, but I'm like no longer young. So, and that, but I'm super immature and super irresponsible. So I don't seem as old as I am. That's what it is.
You're cosplaying as a young person.
I'm yes, exactly. So we had another guest just show up.
What?
Can we? Yeah. Do you want to guess who it is? Because we did invite like 10 people to come onto the show, right?
It's Barack Obama. He's gonna roll for initiative.
Close. It's Damien.
Air horn.
Oops, you're muted.
He's on mute.
Who died and made you Dungeon Master? Nice.
I love that.
Nice.
I've had this shirt for years, and there's been no more appropriate time to wear it than today.
No, perfect.
Fabulous. I fully support this decision.
Thank you. Oh. Your experience difficulty. Please stand by.
Gotta frame the shot.
So, Hannibal told us about how this whole idea for the Sundering began. So, do you want to give us a quick recap about how it went from when you jumped in?
Well, wait, what did he say? Because I don't want to counter it. It went exactly as Hannibal said it went. That's precisely what happened. I could not say it any better myself.
Experience.
I was telling them about your wonderful subclass, the Battle Magi. You can
yes.
talk about that, I guess.
Yeah, I can talk about it. It's well, the whole idea was like kind of like I most magic users for some reason are always, glass cannons, and I'm like, what about a more, someone who uses magic a little more, takes sorcerer into more of a, an active combatant space.
Nice.
So it's kind of like taking, it's like almost like a magic berserker, almost, but they don't. Actually, more like a magic shifter. You know how shifters get abilities and stuff, and they lean in there like a lycanthropy. The Battle Magi uses its magic to lean into its senses and give itself advantages to. Well, thank you, Matt. To melee combat with magic. So enhancing its senses, enhancing its strength, things like that. So
That's awesome because
Yeah.
I like playing casters, but it's terrifying.
yeah,
If you
It's-
get hit once, like you're unconscious generally.
yeah. It was kind of like I started seeing Warlock, and Warlock kind of went into the direction I was going into, but didn't quite get where I wanted. So started
Yeah.
playing with this idea, and then Hannibal got in there and tuned it up
Man,
as he does.
one of these days, Matt, I tell you.
Legendstorm has a question.
Yeah, that's a nice question, and I was waiting for a
Great
good
question.
opening for it.
He says, "What is the difference between the Sundering and the world of Critical Role and Vox Machina?"
I'm happy you asked, and I'm happy to tell you. So here's the game. So once upon a time, there was a planet called Gizmo, and Gizmo was just a regular planet, and on one continent called Imperial was this nation called the Zwari Nation. So basically imagine something the size of California, but magical. And it was minding its own business, yada, 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 average Tuesday afternoon. And then all of a sudden, everybody looked off to the side, and they saw a huge body falling on fire from the sky, which was this god, Orin, the second most powerful god, smashed into the sea, water rushes up, shocks everybody, and then two huge flames chop, two flaming blades, thousands of feet high, chop the Zwari Nation off of the side of the continent, off the planet. It ends up as an island in the middle of an ocean, somewhere that it doesn't know, a planet that it doesn't know. The stars don't look right, the moons are different number of moons. It's not what anybody expects. So the question directly is, how is this different from Critical Role? That depends on the dungeon master. If the dungeon master says, I'm going to plop this right in the middle of ocean on Alexandria, that's where it is. If a dungeon master says, I'm going to plop this in the middle of an ocean on Eberron, that's where it is. I didn't say very specifically so people could adapt this to whatever system they already liked. Also, if they were interested and said, no, I just want to run this as a brand new world that's new to me and new to them, fine. There's story hooks in there where you can do that for yourself or where you can dream up your own possible stuff. I'm not picky. I want to give everybody as much agency and as much license to be creative as I myself had in enjoying making this.
I'm
That
sold. Where do I
sounds
buy it?
Like,
That's a
yeah,
great
as somebody
question.
who
We'll do
doesn't
that.
know very much about this, I am, sold.
Yeah, because one of the things that a lot of people have spent a lot of years invested in their characters. They've built these characters from wherever they are, right? Oh, I built my character in Curse of Strahd or what, and they love these characters. I don't want to take that from them. So if there's one thing I learned from film writing where they can say somehow Palpatine returned, that one day if somebody too soon? I don't know. Anyway, if somebody's walking along a regular road in their thing, and all of a sudden the ground shakes, and now you're in the nation. That's what happened. The Sundering shook your dimension just as it shook theirs, and flipped you somewhere else. And that's just the way the story goes because it's magic, and you can make it do whatever you want. Yay!
So much freedom. That's awesome.
It was really just. I mean, if you have a 5e Power Ranger setting, it goes. Go. You have a 5e Power Ranger setting, do it. It was really about
whatever.
having something that was not being utilized a lot in popular settings. Some different groupings, and point of views, and enabling someone to bring that into their setting or to use that as a base to explore other settings. So you can have this as this is where we're from, and we're going to go investigate Faerun, if you want it, or you can say, oh, look, Faerun, all of a sudden we're having a lot of influence from this group who were not here before. So it's really a nice plug and play kind of setting that allows you to add a little more color to your campaign.
I love that.
We need to put that on some promotional materials. That's good stuff. I like it.
Yes, we do. Yes, I love that. Let's see. Should we
Yeah.
play the trailer real quick and launch just because we're on kind of a time
Yes.
limit?
Let's do that.
Trailer.
All right, y'all ready for
First
this?
time I'm seeing it too, so yeah.
Hopefully you don't hate it.
Awesome.
Oh, it's fine. I'm sure it's
All
fine.
right. Well, let's do this then.
From Unlikely Heroes Studios, Damien Poitier and Hannibal Tabu. The Sundering, The Nation Beneath Our Feet, is a 5th edition campaign setting with new encounters, subclasses, races, and one of the most inclusive populations ever. From the hair shop edges to LGBTQIA plus NPCs in prominent positions, everyone has a place in the Zwari Nation. For 350 years, the nation had known peace. 6 months ago, flaming blades, thousands of feet high, fell on the borders, shearing the nation off the side of the continent and its entire world. The nation faces a new planet, a new set of circumstances, and no way back.
Nice.
Yay.
And that was Damien's voice, in case you guys didn't recognize it. It's awesome.
I did that? It's been a lot going on.
Wow,
You're so busy.
How busy are you?
That's actually happened. I've seen stuff I've done that I forgot I did. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, you fit it somewhere in between
That's
Goldface and one of the other shows you're on. I'm not really sure.
So, and I don't know if anybody noticed, but Katie popped in here while we were taking the break for the
Hi.
Air horn.
stream. What is that called? Trailer. That's what it is. Yeah, and Katie did that fabulous dragon that was peeking out at us at the end there.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Loved it.
It was
Yeah.
gorgeous.
And I launched, so if you're looking to back, it is live.
All right,
Go
here,
Go press
I'll
the
put
button.
the ticker up. There it
We
is.
are live.
I pressed the
Go
button.
do the thing, everybody. Oh, and I still have this to show because I'm very forgetful and I did not send one to the last winner yet, but the first backer award, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
We get
Wow.
one. Yeah. Little first backer trophy for
First
everybody
backer
who,
gets a plaque.
Sweet.
First back.
This is some serious shit.
Yes, this we already had a problem with people being super competitive to be the first backer here, and then I had to go and be like, "Hey, I'm bored today. I'm gonna make a first backer trophy," and now it's like way worse. Which I'm not gonna lie, I love it. I'm bloodthirsty and I love
That's
watching
what
the
I say.
competition.
If it's gonna be a bloodbath, let it be a bloodbath, right? There's no.
Exactly.
Did someone tell Mike you were launching?
Oh Jesus. Hey, he should know by now. He should have been ready.
Not like there
Can't
haven't been
babysit him
notices
this whole time.
on
Somebody's
all.
already won it. Somebody's already won the
Oh, wow.
first backer rod.
Nice.
Woohoo. All right.
Snake lady at the last shot got your attention. Nice.
Yes.
Glad you like it.
Lady Veldrak. Hannibal.
Lady
We're already
Veldrak.
asking who got number
Oh.
one.
Lady Veldrak is so much fun. Okay, so I'll start with the inspiration. So my daughter was a cheerleader, and she was on this cheer team with this one mom who was just super fancy all the time and had all this money and did all this stuff. And what struck me most about her was that she had literally the best cornrows I've ever seen. Like, they were immaculate. Like, normally you see some drip. Nope, never. And I started to kind of think about her in the context of a fantasy setting. So Lady Veldrak is the daughter of a long line of royal houses in what's called the Dragon Court of Drakkar. There's a dragonborn kind of province called Flamehearth, and its capital is Drakkar. And, you know, she's basically a very wealthy, very powerful socialite. I mean, if you need to mix it up with her, she's going to light you up with some spells in a major way, because she's also essentially the court magician for the Dragon Court. But mostly she just likes to, you know, shop and hang out and do stuff because she's rich and she can. She doesn't even bother to wear any armor. She doesn't even bother to wear any, because she's like, I'm a sorcerer. What do you need? If I need to light you up, I'm gonna light you up. But yeah, she mostly avoids that sort of stuff, even though she's really high level and really difficult to kill. And she's just, you know, I don't know if you can see in the trailer, like, because she's got these super kicks. If you look on the character page that I made for her, she's got these shoes that they made that are some of the best looking sneakers I've ever made, ever seen rather. And I'm super jealous that I didn't think of them and or own them. But yeah, she's just a stylish, together, rich person who she's like, "Oh, I'm teleporting up here now. A few hundred. I'll see y'all later." And she just goes and doesn't think about it, and just enjoys life. Which, honestly, wouldn't we all like to do that? I'm just saying.
That sounds amazing. There is an image of her up on the campaign, so we can show it off.
Yes, and we are going to look at that in a minute here. But first, Lori, I don't know if you saw this, but Mooney's asking.
I had some time today for the first time in a very long time.
What's time?
No,
What is that?
We don't talk about the demon in the room. Don't do that, man. Just shh.
We don't talk about demon? No? We don't talk about demon? Okay.
There's no need to talk about the demon in the room. That's
Andrew wants to know who got number 1 because he thinks he might be him.
I didn't even look, honestly.
That's
I
on
just saw
Lori.
if there was one.
I will check. It was Andrew. It was Legend Storm TV who got number 1.
It was Andrew.
Nice.
Congratulations.
nice job,
Thank you,
Andrew.
Andrew.
Favorite part of this campaign, the possibilities. It's literally a whole new bunch of cultural influences that you can throw into an existing campaign, or you can start a new campaign on. There's nothing like that out there right now. Nothing like this out here right now. So there's a it's a core rule book, or it's a settings rule book. You got all the setting, everything you need to pull things from the setting, to go wherever you want with it, to use these cultural influences, or to create your own out of what we've provided for you here. It's really pushing for, even though the TTRPG world is very welcoming and very inclusive, there's the examples of that have not crossed my desk as much as I might like. So I was discussing it with Mr. Tabu, and he's like, "Well, let's do something about it." And I was like, "We should." And he's like, "Here, we did something about it." I'm like, "We what?" Oh, we did we? Oh, cool. Okay. So now, now we're here talking about it and doing what we need to bring it to you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we're making it a thing. I'm so excited.
For me, my favorite, because I spend a lot of time with this material, and there's about a gajillion in-jokes in here that are just hilarious to me. For example, there's a character named Alistair Lupus that people will see, he'll just be walking around a lot, and and he's a shifter, and people kind of know this about him. But what they don't know, most people, is that he works for something called the College of Performing Arts, which is basically the Bard Guild here. And when people, go there, but they can't pay the tuition, he kind of chases them down because he's a student lone wolf. And for me, that sort of thing is just the funniest thing in the world.
Yes. Yeah, if you guys are fans of Super and the kind of puns and jokes that we have in there, there's definitely that kind of vibe. Hannibal has that kind of vibe when he writes, and it's
great
really fun.
Inspiration from Super. One of my favorite comic books of all time.
I love that comic so much. Huge fan of Super. So.
It never gets old hearing people tell me that they love our stuff.
Yeah, right?
The warm fuzzies every time.
Nice.
So good.
Just because that's racist. Just because she's a tiefling does not mean that she's necessarily been to hell. It just means she has a lineage. You can't blame somebody for their genetics. That's racist.
We're shutting that
she's
shit
so
down.
good at this. She's just showing her true colors.
She's not bad. She's just drawn that way.
I mean, painted that way. Painted that way.
Checks out.
I would go painted. That seems more along the lines of where we are. But yeah, it's been a long time coming. It's been an idea that we've been floating around for a long time of coming up with like an actual setting. And you have to be careful when you talk. If Hannibal works with you, you have to be careful when you talk to him about ideas, because he will make them happen. and then you're like, oh yeah, cool, awesome, and then you're on for the ride, and it's great. I appreciate it.
So we should probably
town
cross stitch that and like hang it up somewhere so that we don't forget.
Yeah,
Be careful what you say to Hannibal.
Yeah, I'm curious if Hannibal expected me to just immediately start getting shit done.
Yeah, I've seen you work.
Okay.
Here's the thing, because I've been in and around comics since '99, and I've seen a lot of people talk about a lot of stuff, right? But like Lori kept hitting me up like, "Yo, dog, we got this new Kickstarter. We just dropped this new issue, and the Kickstarter is successful." Next email, and we got this new Kickstarter, dog. I'm like, hey, Lori is doing this business. What's going on out there? I'm in the house. What's the deal here? So, yeah, I completely expected you to follow through with everything I've seen from your character. That's totally plausible.
And it's amazing to see like images that discuss. It's always amazing. I've been in this business for a while, and it's still always amazing to see ideas come to life. That's still pretty crazy to be like, we're talking about a thing, we're interacting about a thing, we're putting our minds to a thing, and then all of a sudden it's a thing. That's like the weirdest, coolest thing about this business is that it's a notion that becomes an object.
Yeah.
So like when you think about it, it's like it's a concept that becomes content.
And for you, it's like a whole other level because you're in the campaign.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
We should probably show.
Yeah, let's do that.
Why not show? Yeah. Boom. Nice.
Ah, I broke my screen. Hang on. Oh my
The
god.
screen. Don't fight the screen.
What's happening?
It's like,
What's happening? I don't know what I'm doing.
It's all getting away from us.
Why do you people let me run this show?
It all went wrong.
There we go. I told you I wasn't trustworthy. I warned you. Okay. We're good. We got it. And
All right, wait.
wow. Okay. So we just watched this, so we're not gonna pop that in there again. But
Right.
we'll play it again later. It's gonna be fine.
Right.
All right.
Here's the write up. Yep.
We probably covered all this stuff already.
Mm-hmm. The loot.
Ooh.
Gotta love
We
loot.
didn't, yeah, we'll go through all this stuff here, and you guys might recognize this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. You just all tell me where to stop and what you want to talk about, and I'm gonna scroll like this.
Well, if we want to show
Listen
Damien
to this
that,
one, listen to
There
this
we go.
There we go. Let's see if I can get this zoomed out a little bit so we can look at the whole thing here.
And I also want to find out from Katie her process on the art that she's worked on. I want to hear what that was like from her.
The artistic process is always beyond fascinating. Like I would like to hear this too.
Now, this
Sorry,
is
I'm
from Mooney.
Putting the dog.
Put Katie on the spot.
Right. So this,
Oh, she's having issues with her familiar there.
well, I did see Mooney in the chat. So if Mooney wants to answer first, this was actually his piece that
Yes.
he did of
Yeah.
Damien.
and I love it. I love it. I had
It's awesome.
from concept to completion. It's been a beautiful thing. I'm very, very happy with it.
So
My
Mooney,
pleasure.
if you have input on your process and how it was, and feel free to chime in. There's usually a couple second delay, so he might take a minute.
Right. He stepped away. Just this is the one moment he stepped away. Bam! Throw him on the spot.
That's how it works.
All right. But yeah, the whole idea was kind of, and I know he looks very, very warrior-y, but he's actually he's an Eldritch Knight Artificer, Battle Magi. Like he's a magical warrior, as magically warrioristically as you can be, is what he is. So, and I just like I've been kind of on the shield kick because they're very versatile and you don't see them utilized enough.
Yes.
And I wanted to have the kind of Spartan cutouts to avoid the obvious comparisons to certain, especially with the star on it, to certain other heroes who are well known for carrying a shield. And it's just the intimidation factor of an axe is just something that's a beautiful thing. Like you really think about it. I mean, if a sword is kind of it gives you a sense of elegance. Like, oh, maybe there's some parlay here. Somebody pulls out an axe. What I mean? That's a business transaction. That's not a discussion. So I just love the idea of my actual first Dungeons and Dragons character carried an axe. So, and actually my love for axes came from, as a fantasy thing, came from Fire and Ice. Who's familiar with Fire and Ice?
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah. Dark Wolf with the axe. It was like, I'm in. That's it. I saw that when I was young, and I was like, that's my character is going to have an axe. So, later down the road, we got into two swords, and we all know where that came from. But, but my original love was an axe, and to have that brought here, and just he's really a distillation. If anybody who's played with me is on, they can tell you he's really a distillation of a bunch of different characters that I've played into, like, this Gesalt into the final form of the character that I've been searching for my entire TTRPG time. Oh, Mooney said it was fun to work on. Hope you got the facial likeness right. Oh, this one's great. Oh, there it is. It just came up. Yep.
Yeah,
I love it, dude.
That Lori tried to hit it, and then I hit it at the same time, and we canceled each other out there for
Right,
a second.
there you go.
Yeah, I've had a few people be like, "This character is super handsome," and I'm like, "It's based on a real dude.
Well, thank you.
You should see the real dude."
I tuck my ears and my fangs the right way, but yeah.
But
I
I
try
would
not
love
to-
this character as well, so.
I try not to bring them out around polite company. Yeah, I've already had people like, "When are you going to put together the armor?" I'm like, "Slow down, homie. So let's do the thing first. Let's do the
And
thing."
You,
and
you
then...
have a horse too.
Oh yeah, yep. I do have a horse. Yeah, my familiar won't fit in my office without some severe modifications. But... yeah, but I'm gonna actually go all the way through and learn. I'm gonna learn how to shoot a bow from the back of a horse. That's one of my goals with Sammy. Is
Wow.
horseback archery. That's one of the things, and he's game. He's so much fun.
That's
And
awesome.
Yeah, he's
I'm trying to think if I could do that with my horse, and I'd be like, no, he is.
yeah. Well, I found a great trainer that's going to help me, level up, because right now I'm really just trying to stay on his back because my horseback riding aspirations have taken a while, because it's been a while finding something that would tolerate me on its back for any length of time.
It's been a while.
That's amazing. It's
Oh,
fun
yeah.
to see like your journey with him though on social media. Like it's really cool.
Yeah.
To see. Yeah.
I got a lot of stuff I haven't posted. I need to get back on that. I've been
Yeah, I mean,
Crazy busy.
You maybe haven't been around horses as long as I have. I don't know, but I can guarantee that you're better at it than I am, because I have zero coordination. So, and it turns out you need that to do stuff like shoot a bow while you're riding a horse.
But does your horse have coordination?
No, see, that's the other problem, is that
Right.
he trips over his own feet. Like, I got him. I
Oh,
literally
okay.
got that horse for free because he had a weird thing with his back leg, and he kept stumbling, and he grew out of it for the most part, but he's just it's not that he had the weird thing, it was just that he's very clumsy. He's a very clumsy, dumb horse. And I
Sounds
actually
like a
wanted him
rom-com
because
to me.
I wanted to kart train him, and then I went to college and I ran out of time for it. So
What kind of
what
horse?
are you gonna do?
We're gonna have a horse
Appaloosa.
sidebar here, guys.
Right.
Appaloosa?
He's an Appaloosa. Yeah, Appaloosa. And he actually, he doesn't look it now. He's gone almost totally white, actually. He's very, very pale gray, almost white now. And but he's still got the socks and the black mane and tail. But yeah, I'm kind of disappointed, because he was very beautiful. Had this very beautiful rony brown color in the front, and then he had his blanket of spots, and then it all went away. But
Mine was
I guess free horse. I mean, free. It was...
Sammy was black when I got him, and he's actually turned dark brown. So, yeah, I think he got sun bleached. But I think his winter coat might be darker than his summer coat.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
So when
that could be too.
yeah.
Yeah, and horses are just like that. Like that's I was a little surprised to see that happen with Cash, but like we've had grays in the past that start out almost black, and then they slowly turn white as they get
Right.
older. So like it's just a thing, I guess, and I mean, it's cool to watch. Unless it's an Appaloosa and you wanted a spotted horse, then it's not. As
Yeah,
cool,
then you got a
but-
not spotted horse. Yeah. Yep.
I feel like I
So
should
What are
have
you
a
gonna
Michael
do?
Jackson joke there, but I don't have it. Go ahead.
I called him dumb to his face, Andrew, and he didn't seem to mind. So, but I was also stuffing food into his face, so maybe that's why. And
He's like, you know what? You can call me what you want. You keep the hay flowing.
Yeah.
As long as there's grain in the trough, you can call me whatever it is you feel like you want to call me.
yeah, he's a huge fan of overripe apples, so we are just about into his very favorite part of the year.
Nice.
Yeah. And
Sammy eats oranges.
Really?
okay,
Yep.
that's the weirdest fruit, but not the weirdest food that I've ever heard somebody feed their horse.
Yeah,
My mom
he's like,
had a horse. Oh, sorry.
wow, there's oranges, watermelon, obviously, all the regulars. But yeah, oranges was a surprise for me. I didn't know that horses ate oranges.
Yeah, well, I guess
So-
they like sweet stuff. They have horses in
Right.
general are pretty well known for having a sweet tooth, so that makes
This is
sense.
true. This is
You
true.
got to be
My
careful
mom
with
used
overripe
to-
apples, though. My mum got her chickens drunk on overripe apples.
That overripe.
We need to
Not that
stop the
overripe.
stream and focus on drunken chickens. We need to stop
Yeah,
the
exactly.
right now.
Boss.
Focus on drunken
Boss.
Oh, I think
What do
Katie
drunken
and I
chickens
could
do?
We could go
They
through the
apparently
whole thing about
stagger
drunken
around.
animals. That's
Say again, go ahead. Katie?
Yeah, well, she didn't notice that the apples had fallen into the water troughs in the orchard, and they'd gone fermented and turned into alcohol. So the chickens were she was like, "What is wrong with the chickens?" And they were just walking around like staggering all over the place. Although they didn't lay anything for about 4 months afterwards. So
Ooh, okay.
Oh
so
my
that's the
god.
bad part.
good to know that chickens are not good for the reproductive system. That alcohol and chickens' reproductive systems do not mix. But if you need to slow down your chicken egg production, get them drunk.
Get 'em.
Katie, we should just we should schedule a show about just talking about animals, what happens when they get drunk, because I bet just between you and I, we could fill the whole hour for the show.
Drunken
Yeah.
history, drunken animals. I think it's a thing. Aren't koalas like drunk all the time?
For real?
Are they
I
really?
think so. I think the because of the way their stomachs work, I might be mistaken, but there's an animal. I thought it was koalas, but they eat and it ends up fermenting. So they're pretty much like higher drunk all the time.
that explains their expressions.
Right? Let me look that up. I gotta look that up now.
If you were gonna, I was like, I am writing this down to look up when we're done with this show because I need to know.
And if it doesn't
But-
exist, I'm putting it in a book.
Right.
Oh, shit.
So we should show off.
Okay, no, it's not
no,
true.
It's not a thing.
Bummer.
My
Comment
favorite
section.
koalas will fix that for you.
Show off some of the stuff that we're giving away on the campaign.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
giveaways are nice.
Well, we have a chance.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
let's
butterflies
do
that are drunk when they're all the time.
Butterflies?
That
Which-
explains how they fly.
Yeah, butterflies. I just remembered I was going through a butterfly house, and they eat like the fermenting fruit that they leave out for them, and then they get really drunk and start chasing the wrong species.
Oh, nice. It's amazing.
Huh. Interesting.
It'll be funnier if I make it
So-
a bear.
Yes. I like this plan.
Yeah.
So you were talking about
All right,
giveaways.
Yeah. Am I scrolling to a spot here, or are you just giving stuff away?
You can just scroll through. We can talk about stuff or pause it on the way down.
Is there a shot of those kicks you were talking about? There they are. Oh, the kicks. Yep.
Kicks are
Oh
ruthless.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, those are pretty amazing, aren't they?
I want some.
Those are amazing.
I would get them caught on everything.
They do give you a
Oh yeah,
fly
I would
speed of
trip and
60
fall
feet.
over them as I'm wearing them, but like I don't care because I would take it. I'd deal with it.
Well, they do give
Those
you a
are
fly
amazing.
speed of 60 feet, so that's an advantage.
Oh, there you go.
It's worth it.
Then I wouldn't need to worry about falling over while I walk because I would never walk anywhere.
Wouldn't have to.
Yeah.
Nice.
So if you want to pause on that page, actually, if you want to scroll up.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah.
I
So-
love the character design for that.
It's so cool. So this is an example of you can get a cameo in our D&D campaign book, which as far as I know is not something people have done before. I looked around. I couldn't find it anywhere. So I'm going to claim that we're the first people to do it. This is an example of what you'll get if you get a cameo. This is Brian Lambert's character, if you guys know Brian Lambert. So you get this full piece of art. with the armor design, the weapon designed, and then Hannibal does a full write-up with the stats and the actions and the abilities and the storyline.
We might already have a few notable cameos in place.
Oh, are we talking about that? Are we going to do that?
Well, we don't have to talk about it. I'm just saying, let's just drop that. I mean, we can drop it and move on. We don't have to talk about it. You know, we can say that for later.
We're not going to say the name. Okay.
No.
Okay, all right.
No. I'll just say, I will say this. People who know me know I have a close association with somebody who's pretty well known in the TTRPG world. And he has graciously graced us with his visage for our game. That's all I'm going to say about it. We're not going to say anymore.
I'm really holding back from saying something.
Yeah, let it go. No, that's enough. That's enough. You know, those who know will know. And if, you know, if they get excited, great. And if they don't know, they can ask or wait until we make the announcement.
Okay. All right.
Sounds good to me.
We don't have anything to show for it right now, so I'd rather wait until we have, and then, you know, rather than. But I'm okay with teasing.
You're right. You're right.
Yep.
You're always right.
Not always.
This art is amazing too.
I love
just
it.
keep looking at it. I love, and like I just the outfit, the costume, the armor. It's all, I just love this whole thing. You know, every time I see stuff like this, I just always want to build a cosplay out of it. And
Right.
like, do you know how many hundreds of dollars in Evo that would be? Like that, the Eva foam, that would take so much money. Ugh.
It's so cool though.
The amount of hours you would put in to just get that. Oh yeah, that's.
I don't care about that. I'll work on it until I get it right. But I'm fine with that part of it. Like, somebody has to fund it is all.
Outlay. Right.
All right. Yeah, you can scroll. And that's the Dragonborn city that Mooney did the art for.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got some magic items that I've showcased.
Some of that looks good.
Damien's axe, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, is it? Oh, it is.
Yep.
Cool.
And then the dice.
Dice!
I think you're willing to do all of this just for the dice set.
I know, right? It just,
They look so cool.
we need you guys to help us out so we can have these very, very amazing, cool dice. Never mind the book. Never mind the art. Never mind the cameos or whatever else. We need these dice.
Well, those dice will still hate me like all other dice do, but they look cool.
These will be the lucky dice, Katie.
Or they'll hate you stylishly.
Wilhelm.
Right. They are really stylish.
Yeah. Nice.
And yeah, these are completely custom dice. They're designed by Q Workshop. They're produced by Q Workshop. They have Damien's character, Jaith, his symbol is on them, and then we have kind of like a sundering pattern. You cannot get these anywhere else. They're not just like a recolor of a dice, or it's completely custom dice. They're badass.
Awesome.
So.
Can't wait to get hands on dice.
I don't even like. I like I said, I don't play yet, but I'm just like, ooh, they're shiny, and I need some.
Right?
Shiny things.
Are you guys making shinies? Because I like shinies. I'll take the shinies.
I'm all about shiny stuff.
Shinies are fun.
All right, we're down. Are we down to the? Yep, we're down to the rewards here.
Give me some rewards. Let's talk about rewards, shall we? Because we're running really short on time.
Yeah, sorry. So, for the people who maybe can't afford the digital book, we're doing a Black Comics bundle. So it's all comics by Black creators. We wanted to kind of merge comics with the D&D community kind of thing. I think I have 20 comics in that bundle right now, but there's more being added. So we're very excited about that.
Very nice.
We can throw a coin. We can start working on a coin. A coin would be cool.
Yes,
You could
depending on how
actually.
well it does, we can make a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, I
the
can't
possibilities
imagine
are
adding a
endless,
coin would be that hard.
right?
I have a lot of D2 rolls in encounters because I'm like, it's either gonna go for you or it's not. Let's roll.
Yes. And then of course we have the PDF. There's going to be printable maps with the PDF. And then for people who maybe again just want the dice and the digital version of the book, we're kind of trying to give some options.
Only $40? That's amazing.
That is
Right?
amazing. Such a bargain. I've looked at prices on books these days.
And then of course the hardcover.
Wait, the hardcore is only 50? Oh my god.
Nice.
Hannibal, I showed you this shit before the campaign.
Yes, I'm acting surprised. We're on television. Work with me, Lori. This is shtick. I'm doing shtick here. Come on now.
Okay.
And then of course the set with the dice and the book.
And the PDF.
Nice. Yep.
And
Nice.
the
Oh. Now we don't have Hannibal. Only $85? Oh, somebody's got to do it, right?
The last time I did it, I got attacked, so I'm out.
No.
I mean, I can do it because technically I've had the opportunity to look at these, but I didn't because I have the attention span of a goldfish, so I did not. So I can act surprised because I really do not know this.
Okay, so this is an awesome tier. We have an early bird version of it that's discounted. It's only $100. You get the hardcover, the dice, the PDF, printed maps, like 18 by 24 printed maps, and you get it all inside this really fancy collector's box. The early bird only runs until I don't remember what I put. It's either Friday or next
Hang on,
week.
I gotcha.
But you should back as soon as
Slow me
possible
down.
so you can get the good price on it.
I'm waiting for this. There's one thing I'm waiting for you to announce.
6 days to go.
6
So we
days.
gotta-
Only 6 days
Yeah.
on the early bird. Gotta hop in on the first week.
Yeah, so just do it now.
Do it now. Ow.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Thorne.
Yeah, I
And
definitely
so,
want to
yeah,
thank
this
the.
is-
There's already 11 backers, so I want to thank you already for stepping
Nice.
in and getting on board.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
Thank you much. You said there was something you were waiting for, Hannibal. That one of the.
There's one of the giveaways I recruited a special talent for. I'm waiting for Lori to get to that one.
Okay.
But this is the NPC one that she talked about before.
Nice.
Are you referring?
Yes.
Are you referring to the stretch goal that we talked
Oh, is
about?
that a stretch goal? Oh, in
Yes.
that case, never mind. I won't say anything. All right. Okay. Okay.
Well, that'd be another thing we wait for. Yet again, we're teasing something else.
Let's just say that there's a very popular artist in this space that has agreed to do something for us that I apparently can't talk about.
No, I was gonna say we can reveal it on the stream. Like I'm fine with that. I don't know what.
Nah, hold on. Wait.
Damien's
Okay.
always right.
I appreciate your faith. I do.
George Michael said I had to have it, so I was going to go.
There you go.
Yeah, and then after the cameo tiers, we have 2 special tiers where you'll be in a game with. There's 2 choices. There's Jordan Lambert, who is a Twitch DM for the Blackness and Dragons channel, and then the other one is of course a game with Hannibal, the creator himself,
Set down below.
along with the
There it is.
cameo and all of that other cool shit.
Very
Very
cool.
nice.
Very cool.
Okay. Stretch goals.
Stretch
It's a
goals.
photo.
No
We don't
stretch
know what
goals
the
yet.
stretch goals are. You can't see them.
Let's get some goals and then we'll start talking about stretch goals.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
And we just have some bios and all that good stuff. Those are all the artists and writers and editors working on this. It's a pretty big endeavor.
We're about 1/12 of the way to our goal, and we have 12 backers already. So that's
Nice.
already good news.
That's awesome.
Go back up to the top and see. So cool. All right. So if you want to go discuss any particular point in here, just tell me what it is, and I will scroll to it.
I'll very quickly talk about the main source of where this happens. As I said, the Saguaro Nation is like basically Magic California, except most of it is very high up above sea level. So there's no coastline except at one point in the south, the city called Lethasport, and that's where most adventurers go. That's where most things happen. The adventuring clans are mostly based there, started there, and it's kind of a melting pot of. If you've ever played a MUD, you're gonna be like, oh wow, this is weird, because I took everything that was in your average MUD and amped it up to a gajillion. Whereas they would just say, oh, this is the such and such guild hall. No, that's not what it is, sweetie. No. The Clerics Guild is called the Restoration, and and like there's a lot of details there. Like I said, I've worked into the economy and different things, and I'm really excited to get people to play this. I'm really excited to get people to see this. Because there's so many. One of the things I talk about that immediately, my playtest group, which is mostly younger or black people or black women, there's a braid shop called Edges in the south of town, and immediately they were like, "Oh my God, I need to go there right now!" I was like, because I just mentioned it offhandedly. Luckily, I'd already written it, but like they all I can't get them out of this freaking shop. So now the person who does the braids telekinetically is this enormous gossip where they get all this information about things going on in the nation that I love. So, and of course, Damien's character with his braids, he also goes there to get his edges laid down.
You can't be rough. You can't be adventuring with rough edges. You can't.
No.
Can't.
No, sir.
No. You gotta come correct.
Hair is important, man.
Well, if you run into a sentient monster and they start capping on you because your head's meant, that's not. How you gonna roll up in my dungeon with your head looking all raggedy? Nobody wants to deal with that. Then even if you defeat the monster, you still look like an idiot. So, it's you don't want that at all. So you gotta
Everything happening. I love it.
Keep your armor buff, keep your edges tight. You know what I mean? But that's got to be quoted somewhere because I like that a lot.
Yes, that needs to be somewhere too. I love that.
Keep your armor buffed and your edges tight. So
that's
you can't.
For your character, like they used to have on the little transformer card. That's the tagline.
Just the way things need to be.
Yes, we got to make that a sign on the barbershop or something. Oh my God, that's
Amazing.
Good times. Exactly. I mean,
At taverns, if you want to know what's what, you ask the old dudes at the barbershop. I keep hearing this. Apparently, guys don't talk about the same stuff as women talk about at the salons, because my boyfriend always comes back with way more interesting stuff to tell me about. Of course, I don't go to salons. I guess I wouldn't know. I haven't been to a salon since that one lady butchered my hair. So.
But you think about it though, the salon is it's a social place where you're talking to each other, whereas a bar is kind of a meat market where you're trying to find somebody to to interact with. So it's a very different circumstance.
right.
And it's and it's usually not that unisex in the salon or in the barbershop. Usually it's a little less. So the point of view is not as strictly catered to.
Yeah,
as it is in other places. So yeah. So
one of the other elements that from my barbershop in particular that I learned is that because people know that people in the barbershop are there to spend money, that they might have money, certain street vendors might wander through. So one day I'm sitting in the chair and a dude walks in, he's like, "Hey, I got these dress shirts." I was like, "For real?" And I bought two $5 dress shirts, one which I still wear a lot. And then another guy, another few weeks ago, he like, "Hey, I got some shrimp. I got some frozen shrimp." I was like, "Why do you have a cooler full of frozen shrimp?" He's like, "Don't ask me. You want some shrimp or not?" And my barber, he bought a bunch of it and made this amazing gumbo that was really great. So, and that's the sort of unusual element. So, if somebody rolls up in the edges, they'll be like, "Yo, I got this chainmail. Anybody need some chainmail? It's only slightly bloody."
That's amazing. Yeah.
I did get some when I was in the barbershop in Philly. I did get some crabs. You know what I mean? Remember crabs in the bag? I got
not the bad one.
No. The bag, the crab you crack open, you eat edible crabs, not the not the other kind.
Hannibal went there. We didn't
He
go
did.
there. Hannibal
He
went
did.
there.
He ran at it.
Sorry.
He ran at it.
I couldn't stop myself. I'm sorry.
That's a different kind of barbershop, Hannibal.
Yeah. And on that note,
Oh, God.
I love my time with you, but I must bid you adieu.
Thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks
All
for
right.
coming.
Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Oh.
I think I drove him off with that joke.
Usually
It was
me.
perfect.
It's all
The
your
timing
fault.
was amazing. It was.
I blame society.
Oh.
I mean, in your defense, I thought it. I just wasn't gonna say anything. I was
me
gonna
too.
stay quiet.
Maybe we should behave ourselves and ask Katie more about what she thought when she was getting some of the ideas in and how she started with the artwork. Maybe that's a nice safe question or something.
Yes, we could do that. We have some Katie art on here somewhere to look at, right?
Oh, we don't have the dragon yet, but I
It's
don't
not
think.
on there yet. We
Oh,
have her,
that's
her
yours.
unicorn though. Yes.
Or you could tease what's coming. What's coming from you, Katie?
That too.
Well, I just. I usually do like a concept sketch first, and then I sent it to Laurie, and she approved it. So then I just went obsessive with the details, like I usually do.
Yeah, we went for the dragon environment in particular. We started with a concept sketch, and Hannibal kind of threw it back and wanted some changes. And then I had an idea, and Hannibal hasn't actually seen the full piece yet. I actually wanted to finish it and surprise him because it's very dramatic and I think different than what he expected, but I really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Katie kind of started with a sketch, and I was like, it just needs to be kind of a concept painting. And now she's painting like water droplets and like bark
Ooh.
on the tree, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
There's
You know what I'm
Well,
like?
I mean, my girl here won some BBC Wildlife Artist of the Year awards for like photorealistic paintings of birds. So she's one for the details.
It is
That's what you
looser
do.
than some of my other paintings, and I did actually use a brush for the water droplets. Otherwise, I probably would have just done it like by hand, and that would have taken forever. So.
I love when Katie she'll start a new piece and she'll send me a whip of it and she'll be like, this is really rough. And I was like, what are you talking about? It looks like a beautiful finished abstract, or not abstract, but like, the fantasy style paintings. And it's like, it looks amazing now. You could literally sell it for a few
And then I work
$100
with-
right now, no problem.
Yeah.
And she's like, but it's really rough. And it's like, okay, but I'm telling you.
Yeah, and then I'll
yeah,
work on it for weeks, and then you're like, oh yeah, it was a rough version.
Well, yeah, no, it always, like, you can see the progression, but it's like, I would have paid for it when it was just your rough sketch. It's just, that's, like, already, I mean, like, Katie, you've worked hard at this to get skilled at art, painting, but, drawing, painting, like, what even do you call it? Like, because you don't just draw stuff pencil and paper, you do paint, like with like real paint on canvases and stuff.
Yeah.
So painting,
And I do
do you
digital
refer to yourself as a painter or just like artist in general? Like, how do you,
I think it's
when you
artist
say
is
tell people what
like
you do?
artist is mostly what I'd call myself, because I mean I work with scalpels and stuff as well, so with the scratch boards.
Yeah,
So
there's that too. Katie has an unfortunate nickname, which is it's, well, she's fine with referring to herself as Katie the Destroyer, and it makes me think maybe, like, I always worry when she tells me that she's gotten out the scalpels for another scratchboard piece, because I'm like, please don't cut your fingers off.
oh, I only did that once. Yeah, I took an incision of one of my fingers, which was bad.
Oh no, you didn't tell. See, she doesn't tell me this stuff because then she knows that I'll freak out on her.
And specifically,
God.
the Katie the Destroyer is my habit of breaking electronics rather than anything else.
That is fair. It is
Yeah.
mostly, yeah, it is mostly the computers and stuff and tablets,
Yeah.
right?
You see, I was at my friend's house and she called me that in front of her mum, and her mum was like, "You can't call her that. That's awful." And I walked backwards into the clock and knocked it off the wall.
There you go.
She's like, okay, maybe this one time. Oh god. Oh no. So you Katie, you just like in the past couple of years started to shift to doing more people stuff. So how are you finding that to be as far as drawing? You know, because I know you were unconfident. Wait, like I got Katie to do a short comic for Elsewhere with me, and it turned out amazing. But she was lacking confidence in her humans that she was drawing in there the whole time. So like, how do you feel like it's coming now?
It's definitely getting better. I mean, I think I'm one of these people that doesn't really have a very clear like image in my head when I'm drawing things, so I tend to need references quite a lot for things like people. But I'm certainly getting better at drawing, you know, likenesses and things. Although one thing it is sort of teaching me is that when you do like life drawing and stuff, it's like how much people's images on the internet and social media and stuff have been changed by filters and like photoshopping and stuff, because when you actually draw people who are like real people, then you see all the stuff that the filters take out, and it's really weird to start with, because it's like, you know, that people have like, you know, cellulite and like wobbly bits and like bags under their eyes and stuff that you're not used to seeing them anymore, like especially on TV and things, because of the makeup and stuff. It's really kind of like, but the more that you sort of draw that and learn how to draw that, the more realistic that your characters become. But at the same time, it kind of looks weird when compared to like how we've been trained to perceive people with all the makeup and everything.
Thank you, Thorn. That's awesome.
Thank you, sir.
And yeah, I agree, Katie. It's crazy. Just I follow a lot of like workout influencers on TikTok, and they've started taking pictures of themselves without filters to show like younger girls, like even the skinniest, buffest person has cellulite. They have fat. They have rolls when they sit down.
Yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not real to not have that. And it's so painting that, I can imagine.
Yeah.
It's finding that
Katie
balance though.
Yeah, when Katie, you showed me that you did a sketch of me from when we were on a stream once. It's been a while now, and I remember being horrified by the concept. Like you were like, I did a sketch of you. I hope that's okay. And you didn't show me the picture immediately, and I was like, oh my god, no. And then when you showed it to me, and I was like, oh, okay. You can just by you drew like I have this scar on my head. On my forehead here, and I always hated it, and I have another one like right on my lip that broke my lip in half when I was little, and like drew those imperfections, and I was like, actually that's kind of cool, and it made me hate the look of my face a little bit less. So you should use that as a go get commissions thing, because like if somebody gets a painting of themselves and you show them that all the little things about them that they hate are actually really cool, then, you know, I mean, I just like it's the same kind of concept as that How to Look Good Naked show was.
Yeah.
I don't think they do it anymore, do they? But like, there's the same concept. It's like you're still like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you've got a scar on your head or if you've got some fat rolls on your hips. It doesn't matter. You're still awesome. You still look awesome.
Yeah.
And you
And
still
it's
like
individuality
more important
as
than
well.
looking awesome.
Yeah, it's
What's
what
that?
makes people individual. I mean, that's the thing when you're trying to draw like characters and stuff. I think sometimes like characters that people make up online, they like use like pictures of like celebrities, say, that are, you know, they always use like the same celebrities, so you get millions of well, not millions, but you know, loads of characters that all look the same because they've all used the same actors and things. But really, I mean, it's like if you're creating a character, not that there's anything wrong with that, but like creating a character, you kind of have to think about what is individual to them in their appearance. If you're not using someone as their basically basing the pictures of. Oh, my brain is not working. I'm too hot. It's very warm here in Scotland. for once.
Oh, it's very warm everywhere now, isn't it? Ugh.
Yeah, but no, if different scars and things like that, gives them characters some sort of difference and individuality, and different facial features too.
Yeah,
Like
and
you've got to think about the shape of the eyes and stuff like that, and the shape of the nose and all the different hairstyles. It can be quite difficult to make one that looks really good, though.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's important to mention on this campaign too, like Damien and Hannibal kind of both touched upon. We're trying to focus on people of color and people of different skin tones and different facial features than like the three same white people that are in Lord of the Rings, for example. So we got the white guy with the beard and then the white elf. Like we're trying to do a little bit, go a little beyond that.
Like they don't even do variety in the white people. It's all the white people all look the same. It doesn't it's ridiculous. Like is that what they think we want to see? No, we want to see people who look like real people, like we do.
Yeah, and I think it'll encourage young people to get into D&D, and it's a similar concept that we have in comics, where people want to see themselves, and like it's weird to like, why would you play D&D if everyone looks the same and they don't look like you? It's not the same. It's not fun. Yeah, it's trash. One thing I wanted to mention, because I know Hannibal has to go soon. For this campaign, if you guys have backed our campaigns before, you might be used to us doing something like this, but we are doing it for this campaign. We have a base book. So the Sundering starts at, about 120 pages. And the more money we make, the bigger the book will get. We have a shitload of Hannibal has so much material. We were laughing about how much material he actually has.
And he just came up with more shit to put into it while we've been talking.
Right.
Drunken koalas, let's go.
So as we hopefully hit the goal and blast past that and hit stretch goals, we're going to be adding expansion packs to the book. That I'll have Hannibal can talk about them here, but we have like a lot of expansion packs and I'm really excited about them. So
okay, well, real brief, I'm not going to talk about all the expansion packs because there's a lot.
Right.
But one of the things that I learned in playtesting the game with actual players is that pretty soon most players kind of sort themselves out into one of 5 tracks. And I call these paths. So you're going to get your typical murder hobo group, right? That's going to be pretty much what I call the path of scoundrels. And that leads you into being essentially a criminal and dealing with this thieves guild called the Trust and whatnot. Some people are like, no, I want to go save people. I want to be heroic. The path of heroes leads you to a more valorous direction where you'll be rubbing shoulders with some more high society people and battling monsters of that sort. Then there's, of course, things like the path of faith. People who come in and like, oh, I'm really interested in this one God. I want to follow what this one God has going on and yada, yada, yada. So like, for example, there's an encounter called the Lich Messiah, where this God has been attacked basically by this unbeliever in ways they have to solve, things of that sort. And then there's, of course, what I call the Path of Wonder, which is where it's like, I just want to see what kind of wild, crazy stuff is in this world. And you discover just amazing wonders. The fallen city of Noble, which is full of magical treasures and impossible things which may kill you, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of things there that I really I worked very hard, and these expansion packs were put in past the first 3 encounters. The book itself has 3 encounters that I put in that should work for everybody. But by the end of the 3rd encounter, you pretty much say who you are, and that pretty much sends you on a path, and we will offer those expansion packs as part of stretch goals. That's one thing that we're doing. There's a bunch of other crazy wild, because I really wanted to just do a Dungeon Master's Guide. Like, okay, look, here's the real story behind the Sundering. But I was like, no, I can't put that in the main book. I guess that's not right. I guess I got to save that for something else. And then Lori said, expansion pack. I said, all right, sure.
Yeah.
I know what happened, but most of the people in the book don't know.
So Andrew asks, are there bard paths?
Bards, there's not class specific path. There's more what sort of person you want to be, what sort of thing you want to see. So, because Bard is the class that I play, College of Lore, that's my favorite class to play. And if you are, for example, a scoundrel with a Bard, you're going to use a lot more of your persuasion, a lot more of your kind of trickery-based skills. Whereas as a hero, you'll be using more buff, inspiration, healing pitch in, so on and so forth. So each path has different things that a Bard definitely could step into, especially on Path of Wonders. There's this one super wild place that I love so much. Okay, there's an area called the Hotel Caledonia up in the north, and there's only one way to get out of it, because you can check out anytime you like, but of course you can never leave. That's what they're telling you. And like I play tested this with people, and they were like, I can't believe how faithful you were to the song and how much fun that turned out to be. And I'm like, they're like, because even though I know what you're gonna do, I don't know how you're gonna do it. And then because there's some weird stuff happening in that joint. So yeah, there's definitely room for bards to play all sorts of things, be they College of Valor, College of Tragedy, whatever the specific bard subclass that you have. We're gonna put. And I guess I should reveal this. All right. We've got a few subclasses. I've got a Warlock subclass called the Pact of Sky and Suffering. There's also, where's the other one? Because I sent these to Lori, but I gotta put them in the book. I don't know. Anyway, there's two other subclasses that I can't remember. I think one of them is a bard, because of course my brain is fried and I woke up too early today because I was excited about today. So yes, there's absolutely, as a bard aficionado myself, I absolutely made sure to include material for that. And believe, if you want to try to seduce a dragon, this game will not stop you. Dragons get down. If that's what you need to do as a bard, come through. These dragons will have you clapping them cheeks.
There you go, Andrew.
Beautiful.
That's a
We
sentence
have
you don't expect to
everything
hear.
here.
Bard, the dragon will have you clapping them cheeks. You don't expect to hear that every day.
I love that. We need to add that to somewhere too in the social media.
Yeah, only on social media. We need to leave that out of the book, because we need to get in
Right.
Barnes and Nobles. We need to not go too far.
They might
that
not
was
win it.
the dragon that I drew.
That's what's
I can't wait
behind
to
the
see.
mountain. Or the
Oh,
waterfall.
wait, I know
is
what
the
you're talking
waterfall.
about now. Okay, you're good. That is a horny dragon. Anyway.
There's a storyline. That dragon has a storyline, I'm sure.
That is for the second encounter in the
When-
book? Yeah. Uh-huh.
And you're talking about seducing a dragon, and like out of context, you're like, y'all went way off the topic of this show, but we didn't. That's the best part.
Exactly.
Rule of cool. If it
Horny
goes,
Dragons
goes.
is still on topic. We're very this show is like, that's our thing. Is like, we don't stay on topic, but this is still on topic. That's pretty cool.
So did I answer
We
the
did
question?
take the
Laura?
drunk chicken sidebar and the dumb horse sidebar, but like that was very short.
Yeah. Drunk. That's right. I'm making it drunk koalas. I already made that note. Okay, we're good.
Oh, we've got 14 backers now.
Yay!
Yeah, 15 backers. I still have it up here. I pulled it off the stream so that we could, because I thought we don't need to look at that and give ourselves anxiety attacks over that for the time we're here. But yeah, up to 15 backers, and we're over that 12% or 10% or 12%.
Thank
I
you
don't
guys.
do math.
Yeah,
Thank
10%.
you. Thank you.
I anticipated that it might start a little slow just because Dungeons and Dragons is new for us. It's not a comic book. But
Yes.
I also anticipate that it will speed up, hopefully. Thank you guys. Please help.
Yeah. Yes.
If
Show
it goes
all
at
your
this
friends.
rate
I
every
am
day, we'll hit the
actually.
goal.
Yes.
I'm going to a very it's a small con in not this weekend but next weekend. It's a small con, but it is a very tabletop gaming heavy con. Like, that's what we do there. We go and I always go there and I sell our comic books and they do fine. But I have a feeling that if I show them this book that we're doing, that they're all gonna like it. So I hope that they do, and I hope that they back so that they can get this fabulous book. I mean, just even if you're not a D&D person, you're just an art person, just buy the book anyway because it's got beautiful art in it.
Yes.
So many great pieces.
It's gonna be awesome.
It makes me mad because like I feel like I'm I got a chance at being able to get good enough to be a comic book artist, but I am never going to be like no, I'm not even gonna try. Oh, yes it is. Andrew, it is CoolieCon. I actually I don't know how I ended up being the program person, but I actually I did the cover for the program, and that's good for me. Like that art quality is good for me, but it's not Mooney or Katie. It's not, you know. I wouldn't even suggest me putting that stuff up in this book. It's just gonna bring the quality down, and we don't want that.
We'll work on it. I have to drop off.
I like my art, but I don't wanna try and claim that I'm on that par.
Mike.
Hey, it's Mike. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Mike, you're late.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have to drop off, but thank you so much for having me. I'm going to leave it to you ladies. I got to get back to my day job, unfortunately, because it is much earlier out here in California than it might be where you are. So I will.
How dare you have a day job? Thank you, Hannibal.
Yeah, day jobs suck. Boo.
Well, with the money they're paying me and the fact that I can do a live stream in the middle of the day, I think it's okay. So.
All right, well.
I appreciate y'all.
Guess.
I will catch up with you soon. Thank you so much, backers.
Right.
Thank you so much, Unlikely Heroes.
Thank you for coming. Have a good rest of your day.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye.
I'm man, this was a ride. I've been having fun. It's already been an hour and a half. Like it doesn't feel like we've been here this long. This has been
and we
fun.
talked about I don't even know. Having sex with dragons. Drunk chickens.
Lots of Lori going to hell.
I'm just in hell. I'm
or
already
being
in hell.
from
This is what hell looks like.
And it suits you so well.
Mike wants to know what the fuck sex dragons.
Mike, we don't know. We just lost Hannibal, but like Andrew Dugan asked about, because he said he likes to play a horny bard, and Hannibal talked about dragons and clapping them cheeks, and that's all I know.
Oh, haven't you seen the memes? There's loads of memes online about like the bards trying to get with everybody, including the dragons.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's probably what that's about.
Maybe.
Well, in the Sundering, you maybe. Depends on your DM.
I mean, it seems like it's. I mean, from what Hannibal said, it sounds like that's gonna be a thing.
Hello, Philip. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have any questions about the rewards or about the campaign. We got, of course, the hardcover. We got the dice. We got cameos. We got the collector's box. Don't forget the collector's box is only a week.
Yes, the early bird. You're gonna save a bunch of money if you do it now. So
it looks really good.
Whoa.
That collector's box.
I'm so excited.
It looks pretty awesome. I am scrolling through the comments here, and I remember somebody saying something about who's the moderator of this channel or something, and I can't find it. But but like that's us. We're the moderators. We are the people who are in charge of this channel, and I think that it might have been a while ago. I don't have any concept of the passage of time, so I'm not sure, but yeah, like that's us.
I'm trying to think of what else we can mention. We can show off the dice in the book again, I guess, since J-Man and Mike are kind of fresh. If you want.
let's look at some stuff again.
I really want the dice.
Yeah, the dice are sexy. All right, let's scroll down to the reward stuff. Except for those shoes. Those friggin' shoes, man.
Thank you, Mike. Just a heads up that if you do back, it's not going to charge you until a month from today. It won't even do a pre-auth. It won't do anything. It won't touch your card. So if you do want to back and reserve something like that, you can, and it won't charge you or do anything.
Yeah,
No pressure,
and
though.
we
But that is a
totally
thing.
understand if you need to go, you know, scale down or cancel your pledge. Like, we get it. But yeah, like reserving the spot seems like a good idea. As long as you don't forget that you did it. So okay, yeah, back to rewards.
We can just show the book and the dice, and then I guess the box, the collector's box.
Where the hell is the book and the dice? Well, there's the dice. Where's the book and the dice? The collector's box. There it is.
Yeah, so we have the you know, the campaign book, which if you play D&D, it's a nice kind of like glossy hardcover, super high quality, of course. And then we have custom dice for this campaign. They don't exist anywhere else. Q Workshop is doing those. I'm so excited. And yeah, the collector's box, you can get a discounted price for the first week. You get the printed maps, like gigantic 18 by 24 maps, the hardcover, the dice, all in the sexy box that you can keep forever. You can keep your stuff in and keep it organized. I know I need that because my D&D shit is all over the place.
I never appreciated before I started doing conventions. Like like I said, I don't know much about D&D because I've not really played it before. And I mean, I am 100% game to change that. I just, I don't have any friends. Like these people that are in the stream right now, they're my friends and they live in Narnia, so I can't play with them. So, but I did not appreciate how important and how big a deal in general, like how big a deal dice are for tabletop gamers. The people that are next to me at conventions in their vendor booths almost always have dice for sale, and I'm like, we need like UHS dice because apparently that's a thing that people want. So now we have a reason to have dice, which is awesome because now we have a D&D book. But I mean, it's just too bad I can't get my hands on some until like months. I don't know how long.
Yeah,
did you see
it's gonna be some
It's gonna
time.
be like, yeah, we gotta. Well, first we gotta get through this campaign, and then we can work on the getting it produced. But I'm certainly not gonna have it by next week. But oh man, cameos. This whole thing is gonna be awesome. Like, what's our so we were talking about like expansion packs and stuff. So like, at the moment, did we say anywhere on here how big the book is going to be just at the base? Like, if we just reach goal and nothing else, how big's this book gonna be?
I think I either put 100 plus or 120 plus. I don't remember what I wrote.
Oh, there it is.
No, that's
About
the stretch
100
goal.
pages. No,
That's an additional 100 pages.
All right, let's keep scrolling then.
It might just be in the reward description.
Well, collector box, hardcover book. 120 pages and is expandable to 200 if we get all the stretch goals.
Yeah.
That is a big ass book. That's like weaponry.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
huge
bigger than a
book.
typical campaign book.
That shipping's gonna kill us.
Yeah, that's why we need to make a lot of money to make the fat book.
And it's hardcover too, so like serious business. I mean,
Yeah.
people should not call nerds. You know how like back in the 80s and 90s, all the movies from then said nerds are weaklings and stuff. It's like they're hauling around all these books. They're big ass heavy books, right? Not like they're school books and stuff heavy, but also these nerd books, these weak nerd books. They're heavy. Nerds aren't weak. They've got muscles. Maybe
I
don't know what
knocked
to do
someone
with
over
them,
with
but
my
they've got
bag once.
some.
There was that many books in it.
That's a weapon.
Yeah, it was.
I have remember the Captain America was it Think Geek had the Captain America backpack that looked like the shield. I have one of those.
Yeah.
I got it as a gift because obviously I wanted it, but I was like, I'm not buying that for myself because that's a lot of money. But I tried to put my art history book into it, and I don't know if anybody who's watching, like if you ever had taken an art history class, like they don't fuck around with these books. They cram literally every piece of art history into them, like that's ever been discovered. And the
You
books
could use
like
them as a
that
blunt
fat.
instrument, them books.
Yeah, you. I mean, just forget about paperweight. You could use these to be the cornerstone of a goddamn building. They are this thick, and then this is this thick when the book is like this tall. Like they're huge, and I actually kind of tore my Captain America bag. I tore the zipper because I tried to jam it in there, and I don't know why I thought it was gonna work. I was like half asleep in the morning trying to get my stuff back together to go to class. I don't know why I thought it was gonna work. It did not. I pulled the stitches loose, but thankfully did not break the zipper because that is something I cannot fix myself. I have tried to do zippers. I'm really not a zipper person. So, but yeah, this book's probably not going to be an art history book, but it's going to be big.
It's going to be big. It's going to be. I'm
Big and
hoping we hit
heavy.
some stretch goals, and it'll be the 200 pager with so much campaign material. There'll be monsters and all kinds of lore with the dragons and the god. We have a gods expansion pack. I think that's the first one that we're offering. It's pretty awesome. And yeah, again, if you're worried about your money, it's going to charge you September 8th. That is the date that they're going to take money from you. They don't do a pre-authorization or a pre-charge. So if you want to reserve an early bird tier or any tier, you can back now. It won't charge you. You'll get that tier. And then if you need to cancel before it's over, you could cancel. But that's the day it's gonna take the money out. So that's what you want.
Don't forget you've done it.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
I've
Yes.
done that a few times.
Yes, I always get surprised by the email saying we've collected your pledge, and I was like, oh shit, did I back that? I guess I did.
Yeah, I definitely am guilty of that. Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's why like when everything's Katie knows, we all know the life of the artist, the life of the freelancer, contract worker, whatever they're called now. Some months are excellent. You got no worries. You got a stretch of time where you got plenty of stuff happening, and then some months are a little leaner. And those months where plenty's happening, I don't worry about it. I get to be able to relax a little bit and unclench the old cheekies there a little bit. On those lean
Right.
months, you got to be careful and you got to be picky about which ones that you back. So
Yeah.
that's one of the things that I like about the Kickstarter model, not collecting your money right now. I like it, but I guess I also hate it because it's easy to forget that you did it. But
Right.
yeah, there's a weird comment thing happening here. Whatever. So yeah, it's nice that you can reserve the early bird stuff though. That's where I was trying to go with that whole line of chaos there, was that you can, if you want the early bird thing, but then you realize later that you can't quite cover it, it's no big deal. And at least you have the opportunity there, because after this week is out, you don't have the opportunity no more. So
And I just want to say that, like, the stuff that I've seen, like, behind the scenes so far with the artwork is just so good. I mean, like, is it Mooney Art, the people who've been doing the character stuff that we've been seeing in the
Yes.
chapter?
John Kutzer and Mooney have both been doing character stuff. Yeah.
It just looks so good. I was like, I'm just admiring it behind the scenes. I would buy the book just for the art.
yeah, that's what I'm like. That's what I'm thinking is, even if non D&D players see it and they just like art books, like it's practically an art book on its own, which is
Yeah.
pretty cool. What was I just had a thought. Oh, are there the other D&D books? Like I said again, don't have a lot of experience with this, but like other 5e expansion books, do they have like every single page has amazing art on it, or is it more of a comic book type situation where we have a beautiful cover and then maybe not so beautiful? I mean, not our books, but some books has amazing cover and then has kind of boring art on the inside?
Usually campaign books have a piece of art every couple of pages. I'm hoping to do it more frequently than that, especially if we do really well money-wise, because then we can pay our artists to make a whole bunch of art. It's gonna be awesome.
Yes, and that would be a much cooler book in the end too. So I can't wait. I can't wait to see.
Yeah,
I like the tier with the whether you're playing the Dungeons and Dragons with it. The playing the campaign thing, with the people who created it. That looks really cool. I mean, it takes quite a lot of skill to do DM a campaign, so it really makes a difference who's actually playing it with you. Sometimes, I mean, we could do it online ourselves, but I wouldn't know where to begin.
right.
Yeah, we need some good DMs, I think, because
Yeah,
I know enough
I know
about it to know
guys
that a
good
bad
at
DM
that.
can ruin the game no matter where you're playing it.
Yeah, I mean, I did used to do World of Darkness, so that was like the Vampire the Masquerade and stuff like that, which was where my very unlucky character was, which I've told Laura about before.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's why no one lets me touch their dice. But don't worry, I won't be touching any of the dice, so my bad luck will not rub off on them. Yeah, poor Wilhelm. He didn't deserve that.
That what, you need to write a book about that character. I don't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That'll be the next D&D book that we do. It's just a novel about Katie's character.
It's just going to be called I Rolled a 1, and then it's just.
I rolled so many ones. I failed every single combat with him, even though he was a combat-based character. It was unbelievable.
Mooney's still here, yay! And yes, your art is so good,
It is.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's got to be pretty solid praise coming from Katie too, because Katie is also a fabulous artist.
We have all the best artists on this book.
Big league.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to drawing more monsters.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic! Yes, we have not seen enough fantasy stuff from Katie in the past few years, so this is very exciting for fans of Katie's art.
Yeah.
Like specifically fans of Katie's art, not just fans of D&D books or UHS or like this is exciting time.
Yeah, it's been a while since I got known for doing the Unifrogs, so.
Yeah, well, I think that might have been like because Katie and I, we've known each other for
forever.
I mean, like more than 10 years, I think. Has to be, right?
I must be.
I mean, yeah, at least that long. I don't know. Just I don't remember.
I was at university, wasn't I? So it would be more than 10 years. So.
Yeah, I don't remember when I met. Actually, I don't remember when I met either of you. Like when specifically. I like Lori is the exception to my friendship stuff with the people that I've met online, and that I remember the exact. I have like visual proof of the exact moment when I knew that we were friends. But like yeah, most of the time it just kind of gradually happens.
It was in my brief stint of customizing My Little Ponies, very very briefly.
Yes, that's an embarrassing thing. Katie, did you ever get a crit 20?
I don't think it was the same dice thing in World of Darkness. No, I don't think so.
I think with a Vampire the Masquerade type games, it's just D10s, isn't it?
I think so.
I think it's just a pile of D10s.
I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
As if I ever rolled that high.
Right. Katie doesn't know what the dice are because she never rolled the maximum amount on the dice for that character.
Failed everything.
So I think we can safely say that's a no.
No, I just failed everything. Apart from this one character that I had who was like a combat-based character who had practically no skills for doing research, and she succeeded in every research role she did. I don't know how. And failed all her combat. It's just combat. I can't roll for combat. It just always fails.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Ugh. Well, I mean, okay, so we've been on here for an hour and 40 minutes, almost. I don't know. I'm like torn between, hey, we should just wrap it up, and do you want to shoot for 2 hours? But I feel like we should probably just wrap it up because I don't know about you guys, but I gotta pee.
Well, it is getting on for midnight for me, so.
Yeah, that's right. You're like way farther in the future than we are. And then those other two that were here, they're over way in the past.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm still, just blown away by them. Like, yeah, when we were making the plans for the stream, and Hannibal's like, yeah, so 2, and I'm like, wait, what? No, not 2, 4. And probably that whole time, Lori's like, not 4. Fuck, time zones, they're the worst.
Yeah, I give up on time zones.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, it was like literally like all of us just on our hands going, okay, so it's Eastern if it's 5, then Central it's 4. Oh, and everybody's tired too because everybody working late on this stuff all the time. So, I mean, that it's not for me. It's not a working on it because I have to. It's a working on it because I am in the zone and I don't want to stop until I'm finished. And that's where I end up like. So I'm just gonna work on it for 15 more minutes, and then the next thing I know, the sun is coming back up. You know.
Yes.
So. Okay.
Here
Yeah.
he comes.
It's your familiar.
I know.
We could
he's
build
very
him.
cuddly tonight.
You could get a little, like, make him a little harness with some saddlebags or something, and he could be your little magic
Oh, you see,
dog.
Jed, when back in the days of when I was, with a certain reenactor, he made him a chainmail suit, the dog.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I didn't get to keep it though, which is a shame. But I don't think Spot would like that very much. Spot's a wuss, aren't you? He wouldn't be the sort of dog that you could take into battle. He'd just run away. So.
That's fair. That's
He
fair.
would try to cuddle everyone, no?
He certainly tries to cuddle me. So.
Okay.
Okay. I
Whereas
don't know
my
who
old
you
Jack
are, 'cause
Russell would
it's
take
telling
on
me you're just
anything up to
Facebook
and including
user.
dinosaurs on TV. So.
He's afraid of dinosaurs on TV. Is that what you just said?
Oh no, he used to try and attack them. My old Jack
Oh.
Russell Danny. Yeah.
Isn't that funny when there's something separating those collie dogs, those collie types from there's a barrier between them and the monster? They're super tough. My dog, my Sheltie, collie type. Just motorcycles out on the street. Oh, he will kill those motorcycles. But then like somebody comes to the door and he's gonna piss on the floor and run away.
Yeah. Well, Danny was a Jack Russell, but Spot, I've noticed that he gets more aggressive if he's on a lead. If he's actually loose, he's fine, but it's like if he's on a lead, he gets kind of bad about it.
That's interesting. So yeah, this comment here come from Facebook user, and I don't know who that is because it's not telling me your name, which is fine, I guess. But it says it looks great, guys. Gonna pick up a second job so I can do that cameo tier. Yeah, that one is but it's such a good one. But thanks for supporting us anyway. Which, if you want to support us, but you can't, you can throw $1 at us. Like, I seriously, people think that $1 doesn't do anything, but like, we love you forever if you even just have $1 to give us. So never feel like you're being silly for giving us $1. It's just,
We've lost Laurie.
Yeah, she I think she's having a little bit of technical difficulty. She'll probably be back in a second, but
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, never feel like $1 is a silly amount. Like, we love you for even $1. It doesn't. I just any way that you want to support us, and if you don't have $1, like, we totally get that because we're artists, so we're probably broke all the time. Like, that's like artists, we're all broke all the time. That's just how it is. It's a thing.
Yep.
But like, even if you don't have any money to spare, like, that's still cool. Like, if you're on social media, just like our posts and share the posts, share the links with your feed, your Facebook feed or your Twitter feed or whatever, like that. Our stuff never seems to get out there. The algorithm like blocks the pages, so that's why you usually see us, posting stuff from our personal pages, but as opposed to our business pages. Was that your phone? That was so loud.
Sorry, yeah, my phone is like right on top of my laptop because I'm using it for the Wi-Fi.
Wow. So, lost my train of thought. Anyways, yeah, if you don't have any money to spare, we totally understand that too, because we have all been there, I think. And like, yeah, just like and share a post, because people see it when it's shared organically like that, and they don't necessarily see it when we post it on our pages. So yeah, like that helps. Like we love it that you can do that for us too. So don't feel like it's not helping or that you're being silly like that. Don't ever feel that way, because it's not silly. It does help us. It helps us a ton. Andrew's an example of someone who's always liking and sharing our stuff, and it helps. And
you need to try and beat
also,
the algorithm somehow.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah, the answer is money. You just have to dump like thousands of dollars into it, and then somehow magically the algorithm gets better for you. But
amazing.
Yeah, Andrew's one that in one of our very, very loyal fans. He's awesome, and he shares our stuff and he backs our stuff, and it's very helpful. It is, like, it doesn't seem like it would be, but we see that stuff on our page and our like the background stuff. They show us the analytics, like, so like it makes a difference, and we see it, and we love you that you do that. So yeah, do that. So whether or not you back, please do that, because we love it if you do. So I don't know if Lori's gonna come back, but I think I'm going to. She sent me a text saying that she's trying to reset. So we'll see.
She's been summoned back to hell.
You know, the way her internet works, sometimes I bet she feels like that.
Yep.
She
does make a good demon, though.
Yeah, she was. I don't think that I'm probably gonna get in trouble for saying it. Like, she showed me her in progress paint, and she looked like a psycho. She literally she looked like a. It was very Norman Bates, like, it looked like she just had blood all over. It was horrible, right? And her eyes are so, like, her eyes look so white amongst the red paint that I was like, yikes.
I thought it was severe sunburn, actually.
That too, I guess. Oh my god, that would be like hospital-worthy sunburn, though. Now that I'm thinking about it,
I nearly got that bad in Scotland once for some reason, because I can't handle
the hell do you get that? How do you get enough sun in Scotland to make that happen?
Well, that's the thing. It wasn't even sunny. It was just. I think it was just the UV. It was like overcast.
I don't know about how it is in Scotland with the weather there and whatnot, but like here, those days when it's overcast in the summer, those are the days that you got to worry the most about getting sunburned. So if that holds true for Scotland as well, then
yeah, I mean, it wasn't actually even that hot, but I'm like, it's forecast to get up to 28 Celsius this week, and yeah, that's
which
just
is almost
that's for Scotland. That is hot. It's about 10 degrees warmer.
I think 28 Celsius is like almost. No, it's like 85. Okay, 82. 82 is 28. Yeah, I just cemented it in my mind that 85 is 30, I think.
Yeah.
And it's yeah, that's warm. And especially if you talk about having a non like a 50% or higher humidity, like, yikes.
Yeah, and none of us have air conditioning either, so.
Right. Although I had heard that people are doing that now. They are like, I've had a couple of my British friends say that they broke down and bought a window air conditioner so that they can.
Oh
sleep
yeah,
at
and
night.
it was
I like,
getting down
"Don't
south.
blame
It was
you."
getting to like 40 degrees. So, like,
Yeah, and that's insane.
yeah.
I mean, it was getting
There's-
that hot here, but like we have air conditioning here. Like most people have air conditioning.
Yeah, there's like hose
And-
pipe fans and everything down south because it's just not rained in so long. So,
Oh yeah, yeah. Less rain than usual. It's not great. And
no.
Scotland is supposed to always be rainy, so that ain't even. Like,
Well, Scotland's
like-
not so bad. It
that's
has
like
been raining
England.
here, but not as
Yeah,
much.
the
as
whole
usual.
UK is supposed to be rainy, right? That's supposed to be your big
Yeah.
claim to fame, is that it's always rainy. And it's funny because when I even more than 10 years ago, when I visited, I noted that it was rainy a grand total of one day, and every other day was beautiful, like 75 degrees Fahrenheit, gorgeous, sunny, no need for a jacket. I was worried because I left my winter coat, my heavy winter coat, because it was March, and I left my heavy winter coat in my car when I parked it in the paid parking, in the secure garage thingy. And I was like, oh man, I hope I don't regret taking my winter coat off, and I just had my what's like the canvas jackets, or it was like a raincoat kind of thing, I guess. And I took that, and it ended up being like the only time I used it was the day that it rained. And I didn't need it. It was too hot for it otherwise. And I remember being roasting hot for like half the time I was there because it was so much different than what I had just left that my body was like adjusting. It was like, what the hell happened here? And you know, that's probably true, Mooney. It's
Yeah.
by somebody somewhere in satanic ritual. It's maybe one of the various groups that was in progress on a book, and we're trying to. She was summoned by one of them, perhaps.
We need to get her some horns like that sheep that I took photos of. Did you see that one with the 4 horns?
Yes. And
Yeah,
she
that'd be
actually
cool
had
to have as a
a-
costume.
Yeah, she has a picture of a cosplay photo shoot of with curly horns, but I don't know if those were hers or if she was doing that as a like a commercial photo. What's the word? Like an ad for listing shit. What are those called? To sell the things, you know? Like, I don't know if that was the case because she has done some of those. Yeah, like there's a word for it, and I cannot think. This wig is squeezing my head too much. So, okay, you know what? That is an excellent point on which to end this stream because we've been on here for a while now, and this way I can let the blood go back into my brains.
Yeah. What are words?
Yeah, exactly. I struggle with that one on like when I'm not wearing a wig. I'm not having my head squeezed. So, yeah. Thank you everybody for coming, and yeah, tell your friends and back if you can, but tell your friends even if you can't, even if you can back. Like, it's gonna be great. This book is gonna be amazing. We'll like keep updating the campaign, and we'll keep updating on social media. So you're gonna see a ton of it, and you're gonna.
Ooh, we've got 25 backers.
Fabulous. Oh yeah, let me just quickly pop that back on here and see. So we're at 1,963 with 25 backers. That's amazing. And thank you everybody who's back so far. And I guess like if you're watching this in the future and you back, thank you too. Or if you liked and shared, like, thank you. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. And it's like really warm in here too. So we're having a day. So, and thank you, Katie. And yeah, Damien came, and Hannibal came, and Lori was here, and Katie was here, and thanks to everybody that was here, even though Katie's the only one left at the moment. But thank you, Katie, too. And yeah, watch for more awesome stuff on this thing, because it's going to be great. So, with that, I'm going to stop jabbering, because I feel like I'm just jabbering now, and we're going to play the trailer one more time here, and then, you know, have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks! Bye!
Bye.
From Unlikely Heroes Studios, Damien Poitier and Hannibal Tabu, The Sundering, The Nation Beneath Our Feet, is a 5th edition campaign setting with new encounters, subclasses, races, and one of the most inclusive populations ever. From the hair shop edges to LGBTQIA+ NPCs in prominent positions, everyone has a place in the Zwari nation. For 350 years, the nation had known peace. 6 months ago, flaming blades, thousands of feet high, fell on the borders, shearing the nation off the side of the continent and its entire world. The nation faces a new planet, a new set of circumstances, and no way back.